Sarah Rae. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well. We are doing the overview of Slave to the Grind, Skid Row's sophomore album. Let's just jump straight into it. There is nothing left to say, but you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of when I upload, and let's dive straight into talking about this album. So how I do my overviews, I'm going to talk a bit about my thoughts of the album as a whole. Then we're going to break down song by song and my thoughts on each individually. And then I'm going to give you my final wrap-up thoughts. So, let's jump into it. Slave to the Grind. Wow. This being their sophomore album, they went in a completely different direction, a more heavier direction than their first album. I loved that album. Skid Row's debut album was everything. It was incredible. I didn't think it could get any better. But you guys told me, wait till you hear Slave to the Grind. This lifted them up and became iconic. And I get why. This, wow. It was incredible. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. 2 albums, just incredible. But this, honestly, I think does beat the first album. It went so much harder. It had that metal sound to it. They went more heavy metal, but the thing I really loved about it was it had such driving riffs to it. It had that attitude and aggression to it. It really, to me, matched the band as a whole. The flair, attitude, and power of Baz and who he was and is as a front man, and the boys as a whole in the background there, the way they play and perform and come off. I think this album just really represents who they are. I absolutely love it, and I loved how fast-paced it was, more fast-paced than their debut album. Now, I loved how it opened up with Monkey Business, and it just hit hard right in the face and ended with more of a power ballad. Normally, I don't like when albums end on a slower note, but they did it in such a way that it was a very intense, emotional, that it took you places. It really captured you and brought you home. It ended perfectly. They made it with a perfect ending that closed the album as a whole. And this album had a theme, and to me it was about exactly what the title of the song is, Slave to the Grind, and being your person, not letting people affect you and driving you home, and being who you are, not being what everybody else wants you to be, in all different aspects of your life, to enjoy life and be who you are, and to fight for that. I felt like that was like the theme of the entire album. Now, with that said, let's talk about each song individually. I'm ready? Let's go. Opener, number 1, Monkey Business. I kind of touched on it a little bit. I loved this song as an opener. I think it really just kicked the door down, grabbed you by the shirt, and just took you for a ride, especially with that opening scream note. You just knew you were getting taken for a ride, and that is what exactly happened in this album. You went places. He took you places. They took you places, and it didn't disappoint. This song was great, and I loved it. It had a dirtiness to it, a grittiness to it, just hard and heavy, and just, oh, it was great. The next song, the title track, Slave to the Grind, had this tight riff to it, hard drums, very much a song that people need to hear. It is relevant. I also love the aggressive vocals it had on it. A balls to the wall type of track. It being a title track, it did not disappoint. Loved it. The next song, The Threat, is also another balls to the wall type of track. It had a catchiness to it, another gritty type of song. I loved the guitar tone in this song specifically. I actually, like, the guitar tone throughout the whole album was really pleasant and I really enjoyed it, so I guess you could say it for pretty much the whole album. I also thought this song had a bit of a Crew vibe, maybe like Dr. Feelgood type of riff inspiration, but I got a bit of Motley Crue there, and I really enjoyed that, so I really like The Threat. Gave me some Crew vibes. The next song is Psycho Love. I thought this song was very infectious, very bass driven, and you know me, I love when I can hear a good bass. It had incredible vocals. I just thought overall this was a good song. Next one, I'm going to talk about both songs, GTFO and Beggar's Day, because we did both of them. I don't think you can go wrong with either. I think they both were just as incredible. I think GTFO was kick-ass and Beggar's Day was just really fast-paced. I don't think I like one more than the other. I think they both were awesome and incredible. I don't like one less than the other. I think they're both pretty even in my book. I really enjoyed both of them. The fast pace, just the really aggressiveness of GTFO was really nice. Beggar's Day was just really nice to listen to, very pleasant. I love the arrangements. They just both were great to listen to. Next song is Livin' on a Chain Gang. I think the guitar work in this song was just fire. The vocals hit just right in this song. The arrangement, again, is perfection. I thought this song was, they did an excellent, incredible job on this song. The next one is called Creepshow. I wasn't that big of a fan of this song. I don't want to say like I hated it, but I didn't overly love it. If it came on, I would listen to it, but some of the things I did like about it was the lyrics were nice. The drums and the guitar, the way they played together, I really enjoyed that. The song overall was really catchy, but it just, again, wasn't one of my favorites. In a Darkened Room. This song was great. It was slow, outstanding vocals. It had a bit of punk rock to it. To me, it gives you adrenaline without you even moving to the song. You can just sit there and listen to it and just get filled with adrenaline like you were running around your room at top speed. I love this song. Next one, Riot Act. Another song that was very infectious. It had this heaviness to it in the instruments and the arrangements. It had attitude to it, that aggressiveness. It was fast paced. It really got you going. I really liked this song. Mudkicker, another one that's heavy. The riff was so memorable. I think Baz's bass vocals in this song were just everything. I loved it. The harmonies from the boys were just added so much more to this track. I loved it. This was great. I loved the song. Then Wasted Time, the closer. This song was incredible. It was a power ballad. It was melodic, intense, emotional. You go through all the array of emotions. You feel it all. In a way to close the album with something more slow, when you have such a heavy, aggressive list of songs, and the majority are very fast-paced, heavy, adrenaline type pumping songs, and you end on a slower note. I feel like that works so much better than going out with something so much heavier. I think it just slows it down and captures all the emotions and just grounds you. I loved it. This song is definitely one of my favorites. I loved it. So my closing thoughts, I really loved how heavy this album was, how hard and tough it was. It was full on heavy metal to me. Gritty, fast paced, just pure adrenaline, getting all that. If you're feeling emotions, heavy emotions, and you just need to get everything out, this is the album to go to. I loved, again, the driving riffs, the attitude, the aggressiveness to it. I just think it worked so much. I can see why this album gets the praise it does, because there's not one song that don't work. All of them belong. There's not that one filler song that you typically get in albums, and I said this in their debut album as well. I feel like there's no song on here that's a filler song. There's no song that it's like, this song sucks. No, there is none of that. This to me is a perfection album, which is a rarity in the world of music. Like, it's unbelievable. I don't think there's anything else to say. But I need to get this album for my collection. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the album. I'd love to hear about it. Next week, we are starting AC/DC's High Voltage. Oh, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe and well, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.